Hello, welcome back to MFWoodShop. Up to this point, I have roughly cut out most of the pieces for the rocking chair. I got to redefine some of these shapes and sand them to final size. So that's what this video is about. I'm taking some of the pieces or most of the pieces and actually getting them down to the right size. So you'll see me a lot of sanding, and the roundover bit in the router is the same for all the pieces.
What? Ain't like you've never done it.
I hope you enjoyed that little joke. This piece is one of the last spindles that I had to turn. This piece actually is the stretcher between the legs. And again, a simple turning. This one's actually a lot simpler than the other ones, as it only really has a couple details to it. It's mostly just a spindle with a bump out right in the middle. So it's like a large bead right in the middle, and it just fades down into a 3/4 inch dowel rod essentially. A lot of the same tools and techniques that I'm using. Use the roughing gouge to get it down to rough dimensions. The easy wood lathe tool, if I haven't mentioned it before, it's actually a roughing gouge. It does the exact same job as my roughing gouge. The one advantage to the easy wood lathe tool is you can use it to make really good coves and get the dimensions of the wood down fairly quickly. So right here at this point, I'm already about halfway done with this spindle. That's not much to this particular spindle. There's one little small cove right in the middle, and then yeah, final sanding and we're done with this spindle. And I did the same thing with this spindle as I did with everything else. I made one and then made a copy of that one. This spindle here, this was actually the second video that I shot of this series. So this is actually an older video portion. This particular turning is for the top of the chair, in between the two backrest supports. It's just a small detail that this chair has. It has 4 of these spindles, and again, a fairly simple turning and the same tools and techniques. So it has a large half cove on each side, and then a 2 half beads, and then a bead right in the middle. And notice the body movement again on these spindles. It's the same principle as all the other ones. You gotta move your body to get these beads and coves. The beads, you do more twisting of the wrist to create that bead, and the coves, you do more side to side movement with your body with the tool on your hip. Now I know this is the moment everybody's been waiting for. How am I going to cup out the seat? Well, in a previous video I bought a tool made by King Authors Tools, and it's essentially a grinding tool to cup out the seat. What I'm doing here is doing the same round over that I've done on all the pieces. It's the same bit, it's the same profile. It's just a, I think it's a 3/8 round over, I believe. So here's that tool and the grinder, and let's get started cupping this thing. I know a lot of people was wondering how I was going to do this, and here's how I'm doing it. This tool worked out really well. And I mentioned in the seat video that there wasn't a whole lot of cupping actually to this chair, and there still wasn't, but this tool made it go really quick. Got the wood chewed up in a short time frame. Matter of fact, it only took about 6 or 8 minutes to actually get it cupped down to the rough dimensions. Sure made a mess with the sawdust though. So just little by little, scraping away and grinding away, I got to a shape that I liked. And you could see right there in the middle, it has a high point. You probably see it better here with the ruler. So there wasn't a whole lot of cupping that was required on this chair, but it worked out real good. Kind of hard to show it at a camera angle, but I'm hoping the shadow picks up and you can see the amount that was removed. Now I'm switching over just to a 60 grit sanding pad to actually redefine that shape more. Now my mom asked me how I was going to measure that, and I was like, I'm going to sit on it. So I did, and it felt pretty good, so we're going to move forward. So some final sanding. I sanded all the way up to 200 or 220, and used a wet rag, just to see the low parts that I still had to sand through, and it turned out really well. Now that little jig there is just to center up the branding iron on the back of the seat. Thank you for watching this video series. I know it's been a long, drawn-out process, but we are nearing to the end. I got a few more videos that I got to release for this, and we will wrap this video series up. Don't forget to check out the playlist that I've created for this video series, and as always, I'll see you next time.